Big show today, guys. Just got back from Utopia of the Seas. I have all the deets, everything you need to know. Keep on watching. You're not going to want to miss a thing. Alright guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell over on YouTube. We bring you amazing content every single week to help you grow and scale your travel businesses, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, type a little "I'm new" in comments, and if you are new, you might not know who I am. I'm Cyndi Williams, the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus, where we help you grow and scale your travel businesses. You can find all of our information at travelschool.com, but today we are talking about Utopia of the Seas. Oh my gosh, I got an invitation to the preview party. This is not just everything they promised, but so much more. I had the best time at the preview cruise, and I'm going to share all of the good stuff with you guys today. We have a lot to get through, but you're going to get so many insider tidbits that this is going to be guaranteed worth your time. So I'm going to break today's video in different segments. I'm going to talk about what is a preview party, what does that mean. It's a little bit different than a regular cruise. A preview party is actually like when you go for the naming of the cruise, and so I'll talk about how that's different. Then I'm going to talk about the cabins and suites we got to tour. I'm also going to talk about dining and my biggest takeaways there, and then I'm going to share my overall takeaways that you can take forward that help you either if you're sailing on the Utopia or if you are selling the Utopia, as a lot of travel agents and travel entrepreneurs are following the channel, and I know you want all the inside scoop. We're going to share as much of that as we can on today's video, but I also want to remind all of my students that follow the channel, if you are a Wanderlust Campus active student and graduate in our alumni, inside Wanderlust Campus, there's a whole new area where you can unlock and learn additional things about Royal Caribbean. We're actually working with Royal Caribbean to make sure you have the latest, the greatest, the best information. So as you travel professionals are selling Royal Caribbean, you have all the deets. So make sure you check out that special area for all of my students. You can find that on your student portals. But for everybody else, we're going to cover some great things today too. Let's start by talking about what the heck is a preview party? How do you get an invitation to this crazy thing, right? Well, and that's the thing. What a preview party is you get basically an invitation. Either someone from Royal Caribbean will reach out to you. In the travel world, we have what's called BDMs, business development managers. Now, our invitation was a little bit different because we work with Royal from an education standpoint, right? We run Wanderlust Campus, which teaches thousands and thousands of travel professionals. So they wanted us to be on board to learn what was new, see the new ship, and then share all that information forward in our travel school and with all of our travel entrepreneurs that we work with. And it's a bonus, we're sharing it on YouTube too. But what a preview party is it's kind of an industry event. There's also a lot of execs from the Royal Caribbean team. But what a preview party is it's kind of an industry event. You know, there's a lot of people there that are from the Royal Caribbean brand. And then there's this big outreach to the travel industry community. And also Meghan Trainor, who was named as the godmother of the ship, got to bring 52 of her fans on the ship as well. So it's kind of this this patchwork quilt of different people for different reasons. There was someone there filming a movie, so they had film crews and they were filming little segments for some type of movie. So I didn't really get all the details on that, but there was a lot going on at the preview party. We weren't sailing at capacity, so it wasn't a totally full ship, and there's modified things that are happening. So there's things that you would never get to do on a regular cruise, and then there's things that you normally would get to do that we didn't get to do. So I'll explain that. So first things first, when you're at a preview party, especially the travel agents and travel advisors and the agencies that got invitations to go, they do some special things that are really cool. So they let us get in and see a ton of different suites and cabins. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to break it down to just kind of highlight a few of my favorites that we got to see. But you get to see special areas. Sometimes they have samples out for the different restaurants. And that's one of the things we got samples from some of the restaurants, but you couldn't actually make reservations for the specialty dining, which is kind of a bummer because I love to try the specialty dining. But if you got another special invitation like we did, we got to go to Giovanni's. So this was on our cabin door. And we got to meet with our friends at Royal Caribbean and have dinner with them at Giovanni. So that was really cool. And I'll share a little more about that in the dining section. But with the preview party, it literally is a party. Like when you arrive, from the minute you get to the terminal, they had a DJ in the terminal, like playing music, doing all the things. They had all these balloon setups where you could take your picture in front of it, like kind of like an Instagram moment, but more than the normal. Like normally they have little places where you're getting your picture for the cruise, but this was like preview party everywhere, and it was a ton of fun. So it was just getting on the ship. It was a whole vibe. Once you come on, we were getting glasses of champagne, and then when we made it to our cabin, we got some really cool things. So I'll talk about some of the cool things we got because it was specifically the preview party. So we got these cool little like quick little, like this is a bar crawl like thing that kind of showed you all the different things that you could do on the Utopia, and we didn't do a ton of this because of the time constraints, but that was neat to see. And then they gave you this quick little pocket guide, which was really cool. Now I had done a lot of research before, but for someone who hadn't, they have some information, but also they have this really cool deck guide. So let me wait for that to focus, but you can see there, you actually got kind of a quick little map to show you where all the decks were. So if you were headed somewhere, you could have that in your pocket and wouldn't get lost. The other thing that was in our cabins on day one were these super cute books. And I know these are specific to the preview party because it literally says the world's biggest preview party. So this was just like they had a name for it in the app. I forget. I think it was like your personal lookbook or personal, I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. But basically it's a little book that tells about all the suites that we could go and visit, all the new things. And it even had like this sticker game where you could visit the suites and like get your stickers. I didn't have time for games and shenanigans. I was just like, just show me all the stuff. I want to take as many pictures. So we didn't play the game, but we did visit all the suites, which was really cool. So we got those. They also gave you these cute little, like, I don't know what you call these things, the little coolie things you put on your cans or beverages. And they say Utopia of the Seas. So those are super cute. They gave us these, like, little necklaces that say, we have two colors here. Everything was, like, pink and blue. It was, like, the cutest thing. It was very vibey. So that was in our cabin day one. So every day we had something kind of fun and cute in our cabin. Day two, right before we got to Coco Cay, for Perfect Day at Coco Cay, we got sunglasses. We also got these phone cases where, they're like waterproof, so you can put your phone in there, and it has the Royal Caribbean logo on there. But how cute are these? Oh no, I'm dropping stuff. Hang on. One moment. How cute are these little bucket hats? I'm actually saving these. We're having a retreat on the Utopia later this year, and we're gonna give these away. But they have these. Everybody on the ship was wearing these hats and going to Coco Cay. It was super cute. So we got our sunglasses, our phone things, and the bucket hats, which were super cute. Oh, and one more thing, we got these little like fanny packs, which were fun too. So everybody, it was a vibe. Let me just tell you, everybody wearing the hats. The last day before we left, we got this on our bed, and I was like, what the heck is this? And it says Royal Railway. So on the Utopia, they have this brand new concept called the Royal Railway, and it's where you go to like an immersive dinner. And they didn't have it open because I think most of the execs were doing it. And I know for sure, I heard that Megan Trainor on one of the nights, she had it booked out so she could do the Royal Railway. So they only run it once a night. So it was like, there just wasn't enough space for everybody to get to it. So, but for everybody, they gave us this cute little package. And then when you open it, I just thought this was so cute. So there is a thing of cornbread mix, but look at... They gave me a little skillet. You guys, this is like a real, it's a real skillet. And it has the Royal Railway like inside. Isn't that cute? And then some little like maple syrup. I think that's maple syrup. I'm not sure. But everything is branded to the Royal Railway. I just thought this was so cute. So preview party, other than that, gifts and fun stuff like that. Every day there was like something special for us to learn. They had seminars, they had informational sessions. ASTA was there, Travel Leaders was there, having meetings. We got to meet up with friends there in the industry, but also Royal did such a good job of making areas available so we as travel professionals could get into those spaces and see them. So there were a lot of people there doing what I was doing, which was going to every single of the suites and really like looking at them. So I'm going to share some information about that next. In fact, I'm going to put my glasses on here in a second, but I want to talk about our cabin that we got first. So first of all, I hate to say this, but whenever I've traveled Royal before, I've never actually sailed in a regular cabin because we love to do suite class. So I normally do junior suite or above because you get extra features like coastal kitchen and access to certain areas. But this time it's kind of like you get whatever cabin you get. And we got an amazing cabin. I absolutely want to thank Royal Caribbean for not just the cabin, but where the cabin was, okay? So with Oasis class ships, which is what the Utopia is, there's this area called like the Boardwalk. So our cabin was a boardwalk cabin, and so our balcony faced into the boardwalk. And I didn't do a ton of like ahead of time research, but as soon as I got there, I realized, oh my gosh, this is chef's kiss. It literally faced the Aqua Theater stage, which was where all of the important things were happening. So things that we got to see that not necessarily everyone else did. So Meghan Trainor was named the godmother of the ship, so you couldn't get into that event unless you had an invitation or unless you had one of those boardwalk rooms like we did. So we had a front row balcony seat cabin in the shade, everybody else was in the sun, where we got to see the whole ceremony where they were naming the ship. They did the smashing the champagne, there was confetti. I mean, it was so cool. So I mean, like, news cameras were there, they were filming everything. Run DMC came on and they were doing like DJ stuff and they had all this music going. It was cool. And then the execs came out, talked a little bit about the ship, and they did like a blessing for the ship. It was really cool. So we got to see that whole ceremony, which was neat. And then Meghan Trainor was going to do like a big show the last night. Again, it was invitation only. So not only did we get to see that show like front row pretty much, or front balcony, I guess, but we got to see her do her like dress rehearsal. So she was there earlier because they were doing it on the stage. So we just got to like, we got like a behind the scenes, plus we were there. It was just really cool. So what I will say about the balcony cabins that face the boardwalk, if you have clients that just love being in the vibe, they're going to be out late every night, they're going to be doing all the things, a cabin that's facing into the boardwalk is perfect for them. Now, I will say, for your clients who like to go to bed earlier, maybe they like things a little bit quieter, because we get up, what we do when we do these type of industry events is we get up at 5 or 6 in the morning to take pictures and videos. So we don't stay out as late. So we were kind of in bed by like 10:30 to get up early when the next day when nobody's roaming the ship so we could get good pictures. But because of that, they had music playing till like midnight. So I could definitely hear that through. So just keep that in mind if you have people who go to bed a little bit earlier, like me. I probably would not book this again for me unless it was maybe the Aqua Suite because I wanted to watch the Aqua show. But I mean, for this event, it was perfect. So grateful. Amazing. So let's talk about a couple of the other cabins that we got to visit. I have a couple notes in here and I want to show you guys as we go. So the Aqua Theater Suite was literally like right next door to us. So we were staying in the regular balcony, but the Aqua Theater Suite was so cool. Obviously you get the best of both worlds because you get the ocean view and then you also get to see the Aqua Theater stage. So any shows that are happening, any events that are happening, you have literally like a front row to that. So that was really, really neat to see how they laid out the Aqua Theater Suite. I would not hesitate to book that. I want to skip to we got to see this owner suite, which was really cool. So this is kind of one of those multi-level suites, and that one was really fun. If you know, as long as they don't mind having the bedroom on the kind of upper level and the living room area down, then that's awesome. We got to see a lot of the regular cabins as well. One of the ones that stood out to me was the accessible cabin. So I have a really good friend, Jamie from Adventures by Jamie. She is a full-time wheelchair user. So making sure that meeting all the accessibility needs is really important. So I went in and I toured. I actually got some footage for her, but I was like, Jamie would love this. They had so many like little things to make things easier. Like as soon as you open your balcony door, the ramp flips out so she can get to her balcony and be able to have enough space to turn her wheelchair around to easily navigate those spaces. And it was just really spacious suite. So I knew she would have enough room and she would really appreciate that. So that was nice to see as well. The other one that's not, it's actually not in the book, but they opened it for us, was the interior virtual balcony. So they have these interior rooms. So you're not, you have no real window, no real balcony, no porthole to the outside, but they have a screen that is mirroring the real time outside. So when it's night, it's night. When it's morning, it's morning. If it's raining outside, it rains inside. So it's like having a virtual kind of experience, even though you are on an interior cabin, so paying a little bit less. Now, not all interior cabins will have that. You have to really look for those certain ones that have that virtual balcony, if you will. Now let's talk about some of these mega suites. Oh Lord, y'all. I mean, I can't wait till I win the lottery so I can stay in all of these, but one of my very favorites, well, actually, let me start with this one. The Ultimate Family Suite. I mean, come on. This suite, I don't even know where to start except to say there's like a slide, there's a coffee area, there's multiple sleeping spaces. Like you could easily fit like I feel like 2 or 3 families in the suite. The balcony is amazing. There's like a jacuzzi on the I don't even know if you can call it a balcony. It's like a whole area outside. Panoramic views, just gorgeous. One of the things that I discovered at the end that I thought was the coolest, because the stairs go up one way and come down another way. When I was going down the other stairs, I realized when you go up the staircase, there were these music notes on the wall. And when you go up each stair step, it would play a note of music and it would turn it into a song. Are we ready? And the faster people went up the stairs, the faster the music would play. And then I was like going slow, so it was like, it was so funny. So no one even realized it was happening because it was so noisy in the suite. But I was just standing up there, like taking a minute to take it all in. I was like, what is that noise that keeps happening? And sure enough, I was like, is that music correlating with people stepping? And I was like, oh my gosh. So I got some video of that. That was pretty cool. Just a little moment to share forward. Oh yes, the Royal Loft Suite. This was my favorite. So I can't go through all the cabins. Obviously, if you're in Wanderlust campus, we go into a little more detail, but for at least you guys know, this was my favorite. This was stateroom 18200. It had a piano. It had a living room. It had a bedroom downstairs that had a flip down TV. Upstairs, there was this master bedroom that was incredible with this phenomenal bathroom. Outside, they had just a beautiful balcony area. They had the jacuzzi tub out there. They had the little kind of nest swings that you can sit in. I mean, Royal Loft Suite, if you don't have little kids, this would be the kind of, what I would say is if they don't have little kids, they can go to the Ultimate Family Suite. But if not, this would be a great one for 2 families, 2 affluent families to split, because, woo, that was fantastic, you guys. So I know that was a quick rundown. I literally could make 10 videos on just the different suite tours that we took, but we'll go into it a little bit more for our students over at Wanderlust campus. But let's talk about dining next and just give you guys some highlights there. So again, you had to get the invitation. So we got to go to Giovanni's on the last night and it was phenomenal. Shout out to Shanae and Jackie. They invited us out and we got to go through a multi-course dinner at Giovanni's. One thing to know about prior Oasis class ships, Giovanni's is in a different location in the Utopia. In fact, it has like what I would consider the premium location. So if you think of other ships like the Harmony, where they have like Wonderland, where Wonderland normally is, that kind of that 2-story area that looks forward to the back of the ship, so you just get an incredible view of the boardwalk. That's where Giovanni's is. So it's beautiful. They literally had like this big tree sculpture, and Meghan Trainor's dancers were like dining right next to us. What's a whole vibe? Amazing wine, amazing food, amazing company. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend, especially if you like Italian food. Couple of the other restaurants, there's Chops, like many of the other Oasis class ships, Central Park, Azumi. Again, if you didn't have an invitation, you couldn't get in. I've actually eaten at all 3 of those on other ships, so I was kind of familiar. It wasn't too bad. But one that I definitely am going to make sure I get to next time is Hooked. So Hooked is a seafood restaurant, and it looked great. It was so beautiful the way that they just have the entrance set up. I imagine that the food is fantastic. So I'm really excited to do that one when I sail the Utopia again later this year. Now, the standout, which I mentioned earlier, Royal Railway, this new immersive concept. What I love about it is they can change the storyline of what happens. So from what I can tell in the app, they run it like once a night around 5 o'clock ship time. You go in, it's a 90-minute immersive experience, but it feels like you're getting into a train and you're doing all the fun things. I don't really know the whole thing yet because I haven't done it, but we're gonna try to do that when we go back in October, so stay tuned, and we should have more information on that, but that should be really, really exciting as well. So what are some of my big takeaways from Utopia of the Seas? So the first thing I would say is, just like with any Oasis class ship, there is something for everyone. You have stuff for little kids to do, you have stuff for teens, preteens to do. Even I went with my daughter who's about to go to college, and she was like, oh my gosh, there's so many cool things on this ship that I want to check out and do. There's so many different areas. Oh, by the way, I have to pause for just a moment and tell you guys, when we were on the top deck where they have like the longest dry slide in the world, and they have like all of the flow rider and all the activity stuff, there was this guy, you guys, who was 75 years old. His name was Pez. I have a little video of him. I'll edit it in here. I watched this guy for like 15 minutes, and I was like, he was out surfing every young kid there. I was like, who is this king? So I did a little quick interview with him. You can see my quick little reel over on Instagram. If you're not already following us on Instagram, that's where I update my stories in real time. Check that out over there. But shout out to Pez. You're a king, man. I want to grow up and be you. You're the coolest. All right, what are my other takeaways for Utopia? They are marketing it as the perfect weekend vacation. That's exactly what this is. They're doing 3- and 4-day cruises out of Port Canaveral. If you guys have people going to Disney, but they want to loop in a cruise, or people that are doing like small events or just a getaway, like I would not hesitate. I live in Orlando now, so I would not hesitate to go, is there any space on the Utopia coming up on Friday? I would jump on that ship with 3 days notice, right? 3-4 days notice. I will be there if there's space at the right price. I cannot wait to sail this multiple times. And they've said with Royal Caribbean, that's really their goal, that you have so much fun, you want to come back again, because there's so much to do on the ship. Next time, I'm definitely going to do the 4-night. That's our retreat that we're doing in October. So I'm going back for a 4-night, so I'll be able to compare. But if I was going just for my own vacation, man, I mean, I could jump on a 3 or 4 night and be happy. So just know it feels great either way that you do it. The Royal Railway is the new cool thing. Like if you have Oasis, if you have those just cruisers that cruise again and again and again with you as a travel professional, and you want to tell them about that something new, Royal Railway, that's the new thing, and it's not on any other ships yet. So definitely tell them about that, and you have to get booked in the app. There's a little conversation happening about when the availability actually goes live. So I'm traveling in October. It's not live yet, but it's in the app. So there's like a window that's I'm not really clear on yet. So stay on top of that. We'll probably have an update. If you're a campus student, definitely, we'll let you know inside campus as well. The other area I didn't get a lot of time to talk about, but I really love the solarium area. It is beautiful. It is relaxed. It is low key. We had breakfast there one morning, and I was like, why didn't we eat breakfast here every morning? This is such a vibe. It's just beautiful, relaxing, multiple jacuzzis, multiple cool places to hang out. They have a big bar area for later in the day. It's just, it was like, if you like to kind of chill out, be in that more meditation, relaxed vacation, head to the solarium. You won't be sorry. I also went to the spa one day after dinner. Fantastic. I'm not going to go into too much detail. This video is going to be 8 years long. But spa was good as well. And the last thing I'll say is multiple vacations on the Utopia. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So don't be afraid to keep an eye on when they have, you know, last minute deals or when it's off season. This would be a beautiful add-on quick weekend vacation for a lot of your clients. So big thank you guys to Royal Caribbean who had us out on the Utopia of the Seas. We love you guys. And if you have questions about the Utopia, or you think I missed anything, or if you're curious, we can't cover everything in a quick video, but type your questions down below. We'll try to answer as many as we can. And guys, if you're thinking about being a travel advisor, remember, visit us at travelschool.com. We will teach you how to sell these cruises forward in the world so you can not only travel for less or for free, you can start making money from your passion, turn your passion into profit with your own travel business. That's what we do at Wanderlust Campus. So big hugs, big love to you all. Wherever you are in the world, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all the content available to you on our channel. And I invite you to follow along, travel with me around the world as I grow and scale my travel businesses. You're gonna pick up some great tips, some great tricks on how you can grow your own travel brand too. I'm gonna drop some links down below, and also check out these videos I handpicked just for you.